Hello, I've got one of the best stories in the Bible here. It was so exciting. Now, I think at school and at home we have certain rules, don't we? Rules that keep us all safe, and rules that everybody knows that would be a good idea, not to behave in a certain way, but to behave in a nice way. And God gave us 10 rules. He gave us 10 commandments back in the Old Testament, the old part of the Bible. But 10 is rather a lot to remember, isn't it? And Jesus made them much shorter. He put them down into 2. One was to love God with all your heart, with all your mind, all your strength, everything you've got. And the other was to love one another. Well, it's easier to love people that we can get to know, isn't it? But if we don't know God, how are we supposed to love him? And so that's why he sent Jesus, so that when we could get to know Jesus through the Bible and through people who know him and love him now, that way we can learn to love him too. And that's why this is really important for you to know this story. And have you ever been on a long walk? And did you get hungry and thirsty, quite tired? And are we nearly there yet? When my little girls were small, we used to have a packet of Smarties or Spangles or something, take them up to the top of the hill. I say, when we get to the next stile, we can have one of those. And when we get to the next stile in the wall, we can have another one. And so we used to go from Sweetie to Sweetie up the hill and across down into Swanage. Actually, we were going across the Ballard down. Great fun. And then a few years later, they were the ones who were waiting for me at the top, saying, we'd better wait for Mummy. It's funny, isn't it, going on a long walk? But Jesus had been on a long walk, and his disciples, his friends, realised that he was probably getting a bit tired. So they said, next village we come to, we'll make him sit down and have a rest so he can have some peace and quiet. It's good to look after our friends, isn't it? So that's what they did. As they came near the village, they saw there was a nice big rock there, and they sat Jesus down on the rock, and they said, you sit here, and we'll just go and see if we can find some food, and you have a bit of a break. So here he is, sitting in the shade and having a bit of peace. But as soon as the children in the village saw that he was there, they came running out, lots of them. Let's see, how many brushes can I paint with at once? Let's try 3 today, shall we? And before he knew it, he was surrounded by little children, lots of them. Better give them some heads. Big ones and little ones. And they were all crowding around him. And Jesus' friends turned round and they saw what was happening and they were quite cross. Let's paint them in, shall we? How many brushes do I need to make 12 of them? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, count them with their heads on, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 special friends. And they said to the children, you go away. Go on, all of you, go back home. He needs some peace and quiet. We don't want you round here. Go on, shoo. Well, do you like being talked to like that? No, they didn't either. And their mums and dads came up to see what was going on. Better put some mums and dads on, hadn't we, here as well? Because mums and dads don't like it if somebody's telling you off, do they? They've got something to say themselves. They came out and they said, you let them see Jesus. What's wrong with our kids? How dare you stop them? And a big row developed with the children all saying, Mum, we want to see Jesus, and these men won't let us. And the Jesus disciples think, you go away, all of you. He needs some peace and quiet. And the parents were saying, you let them see Jesus. A great big row going on. Well, Jesus heard all this going on and he said, whatever's the matter with you all? And they explained they wanted him to have a rest, and the children, parents said, we wanted them to come and be with you and for you to bless them. And Jesus said, just calm down, everybody. He said, never, ever stop the children coming to me. This is what it says in the Bible. Can you read that with me? Jesus said, let the children come to me. Jesus said, let the children come to me. Let them come. Nobody must ever stop children coming to me because they're very, very important to Jesus. And he said that unless we grown-ups, even old ladies like me, can understand who he is like you young people can, we'll never understand about what heaven is like. He said, because of such, like these people, like these children, is the kingdom of heaven. Because you understand about the simplicity of heaven, don't you? So the children crowded round him and he put some of them on his knee and he gave them a little hug and blessed them. And the parents were happy and the children were happy. And everybody went away blessed and happy, because anybody who spends time with Jesus always feels happier afterwards. And what I'd love you to do is to learn to know Jesus and find out so much about God that you can love him too. I've been following him for long time now. And he's my friend now and feel as if I really know him. And that's why I can say truly that I do love him. And I'd love you to have that experience too. So, find out as much as you can about Jesus. And if you watch some more of my stories on YouTube, and read your Bible if you've got one, and listen at school if the stories are told at school, that's the way to find out about Jesus. It's very, very important. So God bless you, and I hope that you do get to know Jesus yourself in the not too distant future. I didn't know when I was 7 that he would be my friend, and I was very lonely. But now I know that he was there and he would care for me. So whatever age we are, Jesus is there for us and loves us. So do remember that, okay? Bye-bye.